When we think of home, we don't just imagine a structure, we imagine a feeling. A place where seen, safe, known. Even as children, the instinct is there. Give a child a crayon and a blank page, and they will often draw a house, walls, a roof, a window, maybe even a chimney. Before we understand much about the world, we already carry a vision of what it means to belong somewhere. The Bible speaks that same language. It tells stories through places, tents, houses, upper rooms, not just as settings, but as reflections of the soul. The spaces we live in reveal something deeper about the spaces within us. This Sunday, the readings take us into two very human homes. One, a tent in the heat of the wilderness, the other, a house in the village of Bethany. What happens inside those spaces reveals the quiet tensions, longings, and invitations that still speaks to us today. I'm Father Bob, and this is Sunrise and Scripture. We begin with Abraham and Sarah sitting in the shade of their tent. Time has worn them down. They have lived with a promise that their descendants would be as numerous as the stars. But now that promise feels distant. The tent, once a symbol of movement and calling, has become a shelter for disappointment. Then, in the heat of the day, when no one travels and no one visits, three strangers appear. Abraham runs to meet them. He doesn't hesitate. He doesn't guard his disappointment. Instead, he opens his space. And in doing so, he opens his heart. A feast is prepared not out of duty, but out of some deep, hopeful instinct that perhaps, this moment is sacred. And it is. God renews the promise. Now, let's move to Bethany, to a different kind of house. Jesus walks in, and the mood shifts. The moment he enters, the atmosphere fills with urgency. Parts clatter, steps quicken, hearts race. Martha rushes to serve, to provide, to keep everything under control. But underneath her activity lies a hidden weariness. She's doing everything, but she's also carrying everything. Mary, on the other hand, sits. She listens, she receives. And when Martha, exhausted and frustrated, demands that Jesus send Mary to help her, she doesn't shame her, he redirects her. He helps her see that doing for him is good, but being with him is better. That sometimes the noise of our lives isn't evidence of love, but a barrier to it. God often arrives at the wrong time, midday in the desert, dinner time in a crowded kitchen. He steps into our resignation and our busyness and asks if there is still room for him to sit down. A poet once wrote, "The wound is the place where the light enters you." And often it's in the cracks of our schedules, our hopes, our hearts that God gently makes a way. Remember what Churchill warned. We shape our dwellings, and afterwards our dwellings shape us. But the gospel reminds us we are not stuck with the shape we have made. Grace reshapes everything, and what he sees isn't your perfection, it's your presence. Because in the end, homes like hearts aren't built to impress, they are built to receive.